are your prospects going through? Where are they at? If you don't understand that, it doesn't matter how good you are at the more advanced sales strategies. Hey, what's going on? Jason here, day 27 of the 30 Days Video Challenge. And I wanted to address a comment made by one of my new friends, Steve Sullivan, where he was asking or pointing out that some of the topics and the things that I cover to help people with sales is a little more advanced. You got to have that foundation first, right? And there's things that he didn't necessarily want to use or that people shouldn't be using until they have the foundations, the basics in place. And it's one of the side effects of the random topic generator, which is that it's going to be just random, and it's throughout the whole program, throughout the whole book, through all of the topics that I would have for a salesperson to go through. And so it's definitely a good point. I mean, I think what Steve mentioned, which is so valid, and I try to focus on this a lot, which is, following that progression and building up to it, right? And obviously sales strategies and specific items are great, but if you don't have your own mindset in place, and if you don't have the fundamentals of understanding human behavior, not just you and your mindset, but also the fears and the concerns and the worries that your prospects are potentially going through, where they're at in their life, where they're at mentally, especially times like right now with the world in such a flux and uncertainty. What are your prospects going through? Where are they at? If you don't understand that, it doesn't matter how good you are at the more advanced sales strategies or approach, because it's not going to matter. Like, it's not going to be effective if you're trying to use it, because then what you're trying to do is you're trying to take a square peg and you're trying to fill every hole you can with that. And what are the chances that it's also a square hole that you can, match that up with? And that's what a lot of salespeople do, is in fact, they read books, they try to follow people online, they think are successful, they take a course to learn the strategies. I have a book on my shelf up here, which is a 300-page book about selling timeshares, so vacation ownership. But it's literally a book full of strategies, scripts, walk through like what to do on the property to sell somebody timeshare. And it's so detailed and it's so effective. It's a fascinating book. I've never sold it, but I read through that and go, this is amazing. And none of that matters unless you have the fundamentals in place. Like telling somebody, here, say this. If you don't know why or where it's coming from or what you need to be doing or listening to or looking for as a whole, it's not going to matter. So for today's video, I just want to do that as a quick reminder, a quick shout out. Thanks, Steve, for that kind of comment and the reminder of, you always got to have those fundamentals, which again, that's usually what I do when I'm working with people, is making sure that we have the fundamentals, we got to have the mindset, and then we can keep adding on layers and layers and layers. So if you're out there and you're doing sales, you want to be more effective at sales, make sure that you're taking the right steps to work on your sales process at the right level where it needs help, right? If you've got a house and it needs to be remodeled, make sure you're not fixing the electrical or the drywall if the foundation is out of shape or has cracks or is tilted. None of that stuff is going to matter, because if the foundation isn't fixed first, once you fix the foundation, everything else is going to need to be repaired. So make sure you do that in your sales, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.